revolvers, track one. I just need some fresh air away from you. I just need some fresh air away from you. You took all I had and more. Then walked out of the door, pushed me on the floor, said it's over. And I just needed some fresh air from you, away from all of us. I gotta take care of music. Why my love's been in place. Not allowed in my home. You're tough to deal with. Not anymore. I threw my heart through the door. Through the damn window. I just need some fresh air away from you. I just need some fresh air away from you. I don't really care anymore. I don't really need you anymore. Need some fresh air away from you. I just need some fresh air away from you. You're a little brat. Let's get over with this. Tired of our relationship. I just need some fresh air away from you. Away from you. Away from.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to the official Blackfire YouTube channel. It's your host, Crypto Bro, also known as yours truly, Brian. It is a beautiful Wednesday night, I do believe, right? I got the days mixed up because we started late. It's technically Thursday morning, but to me, it's Wednesday night. I hope everybody's day went superbly well, just like mine did. We are back at it again with another edition of the daily live stream. Plenty of content to cover today. I recognize that I forgot to change the title from Tuesday analysis to Wednesday analysis. Small error there. I do apologize for that. Sometimes I get too excited. I rush through the the prep process because I just want to get on here and start live streaming for you guys and get down to that analysis. But it is what it is. It's a small oversight. I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna hop right in today. Start off obviously with Mr. NASDAQ as we. I turned my mic off. Start with NASDAQ as we normally do here today. Let me turn this down. I don't want you guys to hear any of the feedback here. Coming into looking at NASDAQ, we do have a little bit of pressure here on that support level as of right now. Again, we have some time left in the day before anything's confirmed, but it does look like there is pressure mounting on this support region here at the $15,600 region. And again, if I see this break here, obviously I'll look for either a back test to confirm as second, confirm it as new tentative resistance, or a secondary candle closure below to confirm it for me before looking for that ultimately disposition pullback to that 21 exponential. Again, something that I've been looking at for a couple of days now after seeing new all-time highs print. We do have a nice little top call here, and RSI breaching back below the bottom side of the bullish control zone. And I actually identified a very significant level of a resistance here for RSI. It worked a few times in the past. We do have a lot of touch points of this resistance, but I'm mainly focused on this structure here. Seeing the ceiling of resistance getting met perfectly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times within the structure here. I was kind of looking for, a little bit of a top call and some pullback action here. However, we do not have any bearish divergence, so there is a little bit of pointers for the bulls in my perspective. And again, coming back to to see this market potentially print another higher low in a sleuth of higher lows within this structure overall, not out of the question. I do believe we have some confluence here with the green 55 acting as support for price action in the past. Yes, we do. We have a differential damn it, I can't talk today. Difference touches of the yellow 21 and the and the green 55 in the past, and even lesser moving averages. I just not I like to not convolute my charts too much anymore, as I do base all of my analysis on one strategy. But the first target that I'm going to be looking for, again, if we do get that confirmation closure below support, is the yellow 21 exponential. Maybe even a little bit of a wick down to the prior all-time high breakout point here at 15,375. That'd be kind of the general area I'd be looking for price to do a little bit of a pullback. And again, unless I see any kind of signal of reversal, and again, we'll cover a signal of reversal here on Bitcoin. Unless I see a signal of reversal here, I'm not going to be looking for any kind of heinous pullback or any kind of downtrend to formulate below the 21, again, unless proven otherwise. However, we could see this still hold its support. That is still not out of the question. Again, we still have 16 hours, 45 minutes left in this daily candle here today. And seeing a little bit of a recovery back up and close above support. It still remains support, and I have no reason not to look for price action to extend to the current all-time high. Give another little bit of a back test, maybe see some kind of consolidation phase open up here. And again, a little bit of evidence of that. And we've seen this area here, this support get wicked below a couple of times, and the support still holds. So, it's not out of the question to see that price action, play out the same way again. However, nothing too out of the ordinary. Price action remains above the 21 exponential. We do have a couple of warning shots again for that pullback initiative here. Again, with the rejection of that resistance, falling out of the bullish control zone here, and the exponential here on RSI, going back to a negative stature. Warning shot fired number one. Stochastics putting in a little bit of bearish divergence here, crossing back to the downside, and printing new lows. Again, nothing too out of the ordinary in my opinion. We still remain in the bullish critical zone from a stochastics perspective. So it's arguable that it's just a little bit of a pullback here, a little bit of a bullish reset before printing another higher low, very possibly, and then continuing to new all-time highs. However, break below the 21 exponential, and more importantly, the all-time high breakout of 15,375 will lead me to believe the next target for price action would be somewhere down around here at 15,175, and then I would start looking for a potential downtrend to possibly formulate here on price action. But that's kind of how I'm looking at NASDAQ right now. I do have a couple of targets to the upside. I'm waiting for a little bit more resolution for confidence of direction here. Again, because this could easily play out as consolidation, and you guys know what I say, consolidation. It's the same thing I say for a trend. Consolidation is consolidation until that consolidation period confirms its end. And while we don't have confirmation of that, I'm not saying we can't get confirmation of that ending today. I'm just saying it's also possible for us to continue that consolidation for a little bit while longer before seeing, resolution to the upside or resolution to the downside. Any closure above, the all-time high, obviously I'll look for that one spot 414 to fully and officially get met somewhere around the 15,780 region before looking for something else, right? Before looking for different possibilities upon that condition being met. Give me 1 second. Back to the water here. And don't worry, your pretty little heads. We have plenty of requests tonight. I do believe this will be a little bit of a longer stream here. We'll go ahead and move on to SPY futures. Check. Oh yeah, see this one looking a little bit ready to go a little bit further down. We're actually seeing tests of that 21 exponential fully confirm as of yesterday's closure here, and seeing price action moving down right now. Closer and closer to the support level here at 44.95. I'd be more comfortable with saying that it's pretty much aligned with a 21 exponential, and I'd be looking at that 21 exponential with heavy eyes, in my opinion. Any closure above that region here, again, open and closure, right, to confirm it as new resistance. I will be looking for a greater general pullback all the way down to 44.20 as my first target, and we got a couple of signals lining up to potentially meet the criteria for that condition here. RSI printing more bearish divergence off, another rejection of the bottom side of the bullish control zone here, crashing through the exponential. The exponential's back down to a negative slope. However, that long-term structure is still very valid. It's very, very valid. I don't know what happened. I don't think I had a fork here. Did I have a fork on SPY futures? I thought I did. Yeah, we got a little bit of a fork off, miniature uptrend structure here on RSI. That's not, necessarily in danger just yet. Still seeing, rising lows, except we don't see rising highs, right? So, we're meeting the bottom side of the bullish control zone with a lot of resistance, playing off a lot of bearish divergence here, and we're starting to see some of that play out, fully and officially. Now, it's not to say that we couldn't see, a higher low structure based off the 21, and then, look for for the next target to the upside, somewhere around 45.20, and maybe even new all-time highs. But again, I need to see that high-low structure confirm first and foremost. But the evidence is telling me maybe we have a little bit more to go, right? Stochastics here gaining a little bit more strength to the downside after that confirmed cross. Not looking too good here, but general disposition still remains. We're still in the bullish critical zone. We're not seeing any major signals just yet, aside from that bearish divergence call and the exponential cross here. The other few signals I'm still waiting for, again, to be confident that we're going to see a much greater pullback. Right? I'm not saying that we couldn't see a little bit of a wick below the 21 exponential, but unless I see an open enclosure below that 21 exponential, I'm not going to be looking for that downside target. But assuming that we do see a open enclosure below the 21 exponential, that likely lines up with the the microstructure here on the RSI breaking to the downside, stochastics crossing below that 80 read, that critical 80 read back into the bullish control zone, and for that third signal here, the 21 exponential confirming as new resistance. Again, at which point I would look for a greater pullback to 44.20 first and foremost, and then come back, do some more analysis and come up with different hypotheses. However, it is what it is for right now. We're still above the 21, and as long as we're above the 21, my general disposition is that I am going to be looking for price action to continue onwards and upwards. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. This is my own speculative opinion on the market. That's how I'm looking at this one right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at Dow Jones Industrial here. Boom, there we go. This is kind of like one of those early warning shots here that maybe we start seeing NASDAQ and SPY futures come down below the 21 exponential a little bit more. And again, the 21 exponential for this one isn't it doesn't really hold up for a strategy, right? We've seen the 21 exponential confirm short signals a few times just for short signals to get stomped out completely. So I do use it as a base of base of confirmation, but we can pull up the 55 here and basically say, hey, we have a couple of moving averages where we use different moving averages as support. Again, the green 55 here playing very, very, very nicely for general support for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but we've also seen the 21 exponential hold for support and the Cyan 89 hold for support, and we do see this general higher low structure basing off the Cyan 89 right now. And I would say that even if we come down to the Cyan 89 somewhere around 34,560 base a higher low here, I would still be overall generally bullish on the trend as a whole, just because I'm basing my higher low structure off the Cyan 89 as it stands right now. From a yellow 21 perspective, though, this is kind of my early warning signal. Hey, we got a secondary candle closure below the 21 exponential. My general disposition is downside price action movement to the first target here, and that first target is going to be this higher low structure here at 34,690. If we do see that level here taken out on a candle closing basis, obviously I'll look for price action to confirm. I don't even know what this one is. What is this? I'm going to remove that. Inconsequential. I would look for a back test to confirm this is new tentative resistance before looking for a general pullback towards the $33,000 or $34,000 region, $33,950-ish, give or take. But boom, we have this signal. We have RSI here crossing below that 50 read. This is something we were talking about in yesterday's stream. We got confirmation on that. Boom, RSI continuing further down, putting pressure on that bottom side of the bullish control zone here. Warning shot fire number 2, but we got confirmation on this. As long as price action is below the 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for the pressure to be down. Now, that isn't to say that we won't see price action dip off that Cyan. We'll bring up the Cyan 89 because again, it is relevant to the overall analysis here, and we can pull up that 89 moving average here. It's not to say that we couldn't see a pull all the way into that Cyan 89 and then see a higher low structure off of that, but I have I have evidence that suggests price action has a higher probability to see more decline before continuing up, right? Again, this isn't indicative of me saying, oh, this is an absolute bear market or anything like that. I'm just saying that, I got a signal of some downside pressure. We have a couple of pieces of evidence here, again, on stochastics and on RSI that suggest that price action moving to the downside is more likely, and that's what I'm going to stick with, right? I trade technical analysis. I don't trade my opinion. My opinion is fucking invalid at all given times. Anytime I'm doing any kind of trading, any kind of analysis, my opinion is vastly invalid. I can say whatever I want about this asset, but look, boom, We got the initial break below the 21, got a back test to confirm this region here as resistance. We even saw a price action creep a little bit closer to that 21, confirming it as a new tentative resistance as well. The evidence is pointing to the downside. Now, that's not to say we couldn't see a recovery back above the 21, and if we do, I would have no reason at all, again, to be looking for new all-time highs here. Because, you know, if we do confirm a higher low structure here, recover back above the 21, I think this price action gears up for a little bit of a liftoff, as we would see the 50 read here hold as new as tentative support, and we would see the bottom side of the bullish control zone here likely hold a support as well, forcing momentum back to the upside, you know, carrying price action to new all-time highs. But is that my general disposition? No, but it is something that I, you know, again, inadvertently I'm planning for it, right? If you fail to plan, your plan is to fail. Expect nothing, plan for everything. And you know, while my general disposition is, you know, downside pressure, you know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong just like that. But me being wrong still means that I'm right, because I have a plan for it, right? I have plans to see those targets get executed either to the upside, to the downside, or to the sideways, right? So, you know, plan for everything, guys. But you know, we have a couple of signals suggesting more downside. I'm going to be curious here over the next few days to see how Dow Jones moving to the downside affects the other big three here: Dow Jones, or excuse me, ES1, SPY Futures, and Nasdaq. We're gonna go ahead and check out DXY. I do believe this one's coming up a little bit more. Boom, back above the 21 exponential, looking at a little bit of a back test to confirm it as tentative support. Again, nothing's confirmed yet until we see today's candle close, but we have gotten a confirmed break back above it, confirming a generally a macro structure higher low here, looking for bullish continuation. This is one of those examples where, you know, the 21 exponential moving average strategy doesn't always work, right? It doesn't always work. It's not a perfect strategy. There isn't a such thing as a perfect strategy. Please don't go into the stock market or the cryptocurrency market thinking that there are perfect strategies that are going to get you gains 100% of the time. It's not how it works. And this is a pretty decent example. I would say, you know, any closure above the 21 today, I'm going to be looking for continuation to this level here. This one right here, 92 spot 96, before coming back and doing a redisposition of price action here. But look, boom, we got a beautiful signal on stochastics back above the bearish control zone into the neutral zone. I like that structure. RSI back above the 50 read, forcing the exponential back above the 50 read as well, basically formulating a long-term uptrend. Shit, I didn't even notice this. God damn! Long-term uptrend structure here on RSI, still being used as tentative support, still extremely valid. I didn't like all of this, bearish divergence that played out in the last structure here, but I would be looking for RSI to carry momentum, right? If we see new highs on price action and fail to see new highs on RSI, there's going to be even more bearish divergence to be aware of here. But I'm hopeful, right? I'm hopeful for no bearish divergence, right? I'm hopeful for this one to actually revert long term to the upside. Well, I'm not hopeful. I actually wish US dollar index would fucking die so that, stocks could keep going up to the moon, right? But, trends don't last forever. Markets don't go up infinity and forever. What comes up must come down at some point. So, this one being a little bit more bullish, on the bullish side, in my opinion, I would say if we do print new highs, I'm going to be very excited for, for even more long-term uptrend structure here for this asset. That's pretty much it. Unless we close below the 21 exponential, I'm gonna be looking for more upside. But let's talk about the downside, right? If we do reject the 21 exponential, meaning we close the candle below it today and today only, I will look at this structure as a lower high structure, and I will have no reason not to think that we won't see new lows print. And my original target here, I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'd actually be looking for price action to move down to this region here at 91 spot 83, give or take, and likely lower, right? Likely a little bit lower, as we would have a little bit of a confirmation of downtrend continuation on that. Oh, I got a comment. Let's go. Can't wait for some analysis. Hell yeah, Matt. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button for me, brother. And if you are watching the video and you're new to the channel, or if this is your first time watching the video and you're not new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. It helps the YouTube algorithm gain the channel a little bit more visibility, so that when you type in Blackfire, it's not like the 90th item down, right? Gets us a little bit more visibility, gives us a little bit of a bigger opportunity to expand and grow the channel here. But let's go ahead and get back to some price action. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for Dixie. I'm going to go ahead and check out Bitcoin first. And we got lots of stuff here to talk about Bitcoin. All right. Boom! Confirmation! We got confirmation. I am in. Your boy is back in. It only took 48 hours to be back into a position off the 21 exponential. 48 hours. Not even 24 hours. Excuse me, not 48 hours. 24 hours. Well, yeah, I'd say about 48 hours, right? This one kind of came down out of nowhere. After hitting that very obvious resistance level here at 52,800, and basically while I was asleep shook me out. I'd say about 36 to 48 hours is how long I waited before looking at confirmation for another position here on Bitcoin, and a position I did indeed open. Now look, we have a lot lining up. Basically, telling us this could be a bull trap. I've been talking about it for quite some time. I understand the news. I understand the media. People might think there's manipulation. None of that matters to me. Please remember that. None of that matters to me. Here's what matters to me. Bearish divergence, 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 bearish divergence. If I see 3 drives of bearish divergence at that given moment, I'm like, all right, things are looking a little sketchy as far as the bullish perspective is concerned, right? And we had an opportunity to continue to new highs on RSI, but look at this resistance, and this is as picture perfect as you are ever going to see a resistance getting rejected. This is clean. This is a clean rejection of this resistance level at 52,800 before seeing price action break that 21 exponential, and look at the negativity. Boom. Straight down that fucking that exponential went. So what did my brain say? Expect nothing, prepare for everything. I was prepared for this. I was fully prepared for this. Trust and believe me. I had already taken profit off of this region here, and I think I said yesterday I had like 10 to 15% of my overall position still in the market, waiting for that for that stop loss to get triggered. And guess what? That portion of the position was shaken out deep in the profit, and the remainder of my position hit those take profit levels, and I got to keep that profit as well. Very, very, very profitable position from my perspective. And now we're looking at the other side here. I'm looking for some downside price action. We have a candle that has opened and closed to confirm resistance of the 21 exponential. Now, as a result, I'm going to be looking for an overall target of this region here, first and foremost, 42,000. We'll call it 42,150, somewhere in there, give or take a few bucks here. So, while we can use this as support here, it is a little bit inconsequential in my level here, in my mind. It's inconsequential in my mind. That level of support is a little inconsequential. I do think price action has a very, very, very significant chance of swan diving through that inconsequential support, which I will put back up here. Swan diving through this support here, and fully coming down to the 42,270 region. That's going to be my first target, right? That is my first take. Well, and that's not really necessary. I actually took a little bit of a take profit level here, just because I do want to chop off a little bit of that percentage. Treat yourself, nurture your positions, right? Nurture your positions. I would actually be looking for more of a larger bounce along this region here at 42,270 before looking for a potential bounce, maybe back up to this resistance here at 46,900 before potentially looking for a lower high structure. We have lower lows confirmed. We have a change of behavior confirmed on the daily time frame. You can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this up. I am here to tell you, change of behavior. If you want to not call this change of behavior and give yourself false hope that this thing's going to fully and recover back to new highs, check yourself, man. Check yourself. Expect nothing. Plan for everything. You know what? I credit Crypto Kirby for a couple of those quotes that I be shooting off. If you haven't seen Crypto Kirby on YouTube, he's fucking brilliant. The dude is a genius. Check him out. I try to match his intensity. I try to match his realism, right? I take a couple of ideas I learn from other people, and I want to try to match that intensity. I want this to be a realistic analysis channel, right? I'm not here to spread FOMO or hype or fake news or any bullshit like that. I'm here to tell you what's on the charts and what the evidence is telling you price action is likely to do. Right, we got the break of the 21 to the downside. We had that bearish divergence call after rejecting the bottom side of the bullish control zone here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Boom. Breakdown. New lows on RSI. Pressuring that 50 read. Do I expect that 50 read to hold? Fuck no. We are closing candles below the 21 exponential, and I'm going to be looking for price action to the downside. Now, that's not to say that it couldn't reverse. I'm not saying that at all. It can most certainly reverse back to the upside. And if we do, I am only going to be looking for a candle closure back above that 21 exponential. And if we do see another opening closure back above that 21 exponential, I will look for price action to break back into this blue box and likely print new highs. Because from a macro standpoint, you could argue, we have our base low here. We have our higher low here, and we could have another higher low here, right? And we have rising highs along the way, right? So you want to argue, and you want to plan for every which way, correct? We want to plan for that, and I do have a plan for that, right? That's why I have tight stop losses, right? I want to get the stop losses tight as I can. That way, if the position doesn't go my way, I lose a very, very inconsequential amount on the position as a whole overall, and I can wait for the next trading setup. For now, again, the first target to the downside, 42,270 is going to be my first target to the downside. Obviously, I would expect price action to blow through this support level here. I do think that this might be a little bit more of an inconsequential support, although we do have a little bit of history on this support. We're below the 21. This is a very, very, very big signal of reversal here. This is always the kind of stuff that I'm looking for are signs of reversal, and I do believe this is a sign of reversal, and I do believe a downtrend is likely to formulate as a result. So maybe a little bit of consolidation, maybe a little bit of a poke back up. It wouldn't be out of the question to see that rise back above the 21 exponential to test this resistance here at $50,000. But again, anything to the upside, I'm going to be looking at with heavy, heavy bearish goggles. I'm going to be looking at any of those levels to the upside to be met with heavy resistance. So that's kind of how I'm looking at Bitcoin today. I'm going to take some of this water. Give me 1 second. We have some other stocks to talk about. We have AMC, we have the Hall of Fame, we have MMAT, and a bunch of requests left by my boy Corey. I'm pretty excited about that. Hydration is so important, guys. Hydration is so important. Don't forget to hydrate. And don't forget to hydrate! All right, let's go ahead and check out AMC. A little bit of a doji style here. Maybe looking for some consolidation. That wouldn't be out of the question here today. Still above. Technically, is it how? What even is this? Yeah, this is this level here. Still technically above this. This region here, this support level here, yeah, still technically above the support. We did see the support region here for AMC hold. Stochastics diving into the bullish critical zone. I do like that signal. RSI is kind of the only laggard here, but we are still seeing a little bit of a rising trend. Exponential is still positive. We're still above that 50 read. We have no major signals to talk about. Inconsequentially, I'd be looking for maybe a little bit of consolidation, but overall, again, as long as we are above that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for price action for AMC to continue onwards and upwards. And even more so, I did a little bit of research. Maybe this isn't a low. Maybe this isn't a low here. I would be comfortable with saying, even with the price pullback to the 21 exponential, base another higher low wouldn't be out of the question, to be quite honest with you guys. That is something that I am planning for to the downside. I'm also planning for a little bit of consolidation here between this support, or not this support. Maybe here. Yeah, maybe this support level here. It wouldn't be out of the question to see a dive back below support, and some consolidation within this region here would not be out of the question. I'm also planning for extension, which is my most powerful disposition as far as my trading strategies are concerned. We're still holding this region as support. We have confirmed it as support, and again, as a result, I have no reason not to look for that $53 region here for price action on AMC to be met. Doesn't have to happen today, doesn't have to happen tomorrow. It can happen whenever it wants to happen, but that is one of the targets to the upside. I have consolidation planned out, and I have a pullback to the 21 exponential planned out as well. And again, look at momentum. Momentum is, rising to the upside. I do believe the bulls have some power here. It would be interesting to see what price action does in the future, because I won't get blindly bullish until we see new highs print on price action, like new major highs, right? At least above $61. Any closure above $61, I'd get fucking real excited for this price action. But we see what price action doing right now. A little bit of a reversal style candlestick, kind of concerning, which makes me believe that it is possible to see a pullback, maybe to this level here at $45, or even all the way down to the 21 exponential at $41.65. That's kind of how I'm looking at AMC tonight. Let's go ahead and check out MMAT. Someone's getting wrecked, I heard. We do have a top, but we do not have a higher low just yet. That's what I'm going to be looking for. I am on higher low watch. We do see stochastics here curling up in the bullish control zone here. I do like this coiling action in the bullish control zone. It tells me the bulls have control. I don't like RSI as much, but we are closing on new highs and seeing a little bit of a pullback. So price action maybe breaking this level of support here at 492 all the way down to the 21 exponential is going to be my first target to the downside, unless we see a bounce off of this support and a higher low structure print here, at which point I would go back to my original thesis and target the $7.30 region, at which is my next take profit zone here. I actually intend to take a large portion of profit off of this trade here at that $7.30 region. And I also have a plan to buy a little more here on the back test of the 21 exponential. I do have a little bit of buying power now that I've been shaken out of a couple of my other positions, the Hall of Fame, SNDL, I think CX as well. I got shaken out of those positions. A little bit of a loss on one of them, and small profits on others. But 21 is what I'm targeting for price action here to the downside. Now, if we do see a break below the 21 exponential, I will look for a secondary open and closure before looking for a full-on back test of $3.75, maybe a little bit lower to this region here at $3.40. Again, play it level by level, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for MMAT, guys. Very simple stuff in my opinion. Just being patient, just kind of waiting for the next play, either to the upside or to the downside, and I have plans for both sides here. What's next here? The Hall of Fame. This is another big topic in the community today. Does it hold $2.89? That is not something we can know for sure. Always remember that. There is no crystal ball. There is no hocus pocus, but we will cover a couple of extreme warning shot signals that have been fired. Warning shot number one. We technically have a lower high. Yes, we do. We technically have a lower high. Blow off top, lower high, right? This is a structure, right? I'm looking at the structure. I'm not looking at these little tidbit highs along the way here. I'm looking at the structure. Boom, high, lower high, right? So what does that mean for price action? Potentially. We're below the 21 exponential. Let's talk about the warning shots. We're below the 21 exponential. The 21 exponential has been forced to a negative slope. Let's see what happens when the exponential is at a negative slope. Serious decline. Serious decline. Serious decline. Oh, shit. Serious decline, right? We're back below the 21 exponential. We have a secondary candle closure below the 21 exponential. Warning shot fired. Well, that's actually confirmation for me. From my perspective, I'm looking for targets lower than $2.89, assuming that that region breaks. Warning shot fired number 2. Break below the exponential here after breaking that 50 read, continuing with force to the downside. Warning shot fired number 3. A rejection of the bullish critical zone followed by a dive through the bottom side of the bullish control zone. This is all indicative of price action continuation to the downside, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I'm not saying that it has to happen that way because, yes, we technically have a higher high. Micro. Does the micro take precedence over the macro? That is a Texas-sized fuck no from my perspective. Yes, we do have a higher low, right? We do have a higher low here, or excuse me, a higher high here in conjunction with this higher high. But again, when in doubt, pull out. And what do you see? We see a lower high structure as it stands right now. So again, it depends on how you look at it, but here's how I'm looking at it. If we do not hold the $2.89 region or 85-cent region here, coming into tomorrow, the next few days, my first general target to the downside will be the first support level down, $2.41. I think price action blows through the lows, continues to new lows, and continues deeper into this blue box territory. But if we hold that $2.89 region here, confirm a higher low back above this resistance here, or the yellow 21 exponential with an open and closure above to confirm it as new tentative support, I will be looking for new highs on the Hall of Fame here, and that first target to the upside would be, again, $3.75, but we have to see a confirmation of a higher low before that price target can be even thought of. While I am planning for it, we have a lot of pressure to the downside. We have an open closure below the 21 to confirm the 21 as a new tentative resistance, which leads me to believe short. Short signal. We have plenty of warning shots fired. Break below the bullish control zone. Break below the 50 read and the exponential. Continuing further down. Momentum showing its ugly little teeth from the bearish perspective. And again, it wouldn't be out of the question to see a little bit of a bounce at the $2.55 region. But again, if I see $2.85 breaks to the downside, I think we see price action dive to that blue box and new lows likely print out as the downtrend likely continues, for the foreseeable future. And again, unless we get that higher low structure, that is my main disposition on the Hall of Fame. I think I will leave the Hall of Fame at that. I think it is time for Fubo. And what is Fubo? Fubo. Why? Fubo. A lot of pressure on that 21, guys. A lot of pressure on that 21 right now. We do have a top call. We have a cross of the exponential here. Technically a lower high in conjunction with the last high here. That is also very true as far as this structure is confirmed. We have a high followed by a lower high. Yes, we have a micro uptrend structure that is to be considered, but if we don't bounce off the 21 exponential here, confirm a higher low, I will be looking for price action to continue all the way down to 26.40. Excuse me. For now, we are above the 21. I am leading to believe that price action likely holds this region, but if it doesn't, I will look for an open and closure below to confirm it as new tentative resistance before looking for that $26 support level as a target. If we do hold the 21 here as support, I will be looking for new highs all the way up to the first target at $31.65. Again, assuming we see a low confirmed. Again, RSI crossing the exponentials back to a negative slope. We're looking at a very dangerous, a dangerous read here. I would look for RSI to cross that 50 read with any closure below the 21 exponential here, and stochastics likely curls over and rejects the bullish control zone as well. Very rudimentary stuff in my opinion. Just being very patient with that 21 exponential. And again, while nothing is confirmed just yet, again, it's very important to be aware of what's possible. And what's possible is a higher low or a break of the 21. That's pretty much it for Fubo. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if it holds that 21. It really would be interesting. CEI on the 4-hour and daily. This is one I absolutely hate, but I'm gonna do it. Back up to resistance here. I wonder if we closed above it. We gotta zoom in. We gotta really zoom in here. Yeah, technically we closed on new highs. Closure 98.72. Last closure was at 98.50. So yes, technically we closed on new highs, but only by not 22 cents. So like, you know, a quarter of a penny. I hate this stock. It's not even a fucking dollar, but it is above the 21 exponential. It has the bullish momentum. We do see stochastics here still remaining above the exponential in the bullish critical zone. I do like that signal here. I do like RSI is still in the bullish control zone. Going a little bit flatline here today. I don't know what the hell that's about. You know, that likely is a sign that there was less momentum to get this candle to be green today than normal. But again, the fact still remains we're above the 21 exponential. We have broken resistance technically. Unless we reject it, I am going to be looking for the next target at about $1.34. And if we do reject it, I'll look for the first downside target to be about 80 cents, maybe 79 cents, give or take, you know, a couple tenths of a penny. And if we put a top call here, you know, likely we see price action fall all the way back to the 21 exponential as our last low is here. All we've seen from this base low here is continuation to the upside, and I would expect a, you know, some kind of higher low, you know, alert to be on the back of everybody's minds, because we have not seen a higher low structure just yet. This is not an uptrend. This is just price action going up, right? And for me to be confident that we have a little bit of a long-term reversal kind of structure here, I need to see a higher low confirm. I need to see it print out and confirm. And it could be here, right? It could be on 80 cents. It could be on the 21 exponential. We could continue to $1.33, $1.34, and then back test the 98 cent region first. All of those, you know, hypotheses are very, very possible, very, very, you know, easy to consider here, but it's not an uptrend until we get that higher low confirmed, right? Until we get that higher low, I'm going to be looking for a higher low. I'm on higher low alert. So, you know, seeing a pullback at any given point in this price action is not out of the question. Seeing continuation in this price action is not out of the question at all either. But I want to bring up to everyone's attention here on the daily time frame for CEI that we have seen RSI here dive into the bullish control zone a few times, and you can see how long it lasts in the bullish control zone. And the answer to that is not fucking long at all. You know, this one, let's go all the way back to this one here. This one actually doing a little bit of bounce before, you know, sharply declining here. This one going straight up, straight down. This one going straight up, straight down. This one going up, straight down. How does that line up with price action? I don't even know. Oh yeah, this is the one that was in the freaking millions, right? Let's go to some more current examples. Some more current examples, right? Some more current, boom, straight into the bullish control zone, boom, straight out of it. Price action goes straight up, boom, right to the downside. Let's go ahead and check out this one here. No, this one here. Right, historical relevance is important, right? We got this, you know, this spike up here, boom, straight up, straight down. You know, a lot of examples, you know, straight up, straight down, right? And overall, this thing has been nothing but a downtrend for its entire existence. Literally, its entire existence. It has hardly ever seen a legitimate uptrend here. You know, plenty of it is straight up, straight down. Like, what is that? Straight up, straight down, right? I mean, you know, there you go. There's an uptrend at the beginning of time before, just kidding, forever bear market, forever bear market, forever bear market, forever bear market. So I'm looking at the, you know, stab into the bullish control zone here with very, very, very cautious eyes. We have plenty of examples where, you know, price action moved along with the RSI into the bullish control zone and got smacked right out of it. You know, examples of that on the stochastics as well. Into the bullish control zone, boom, out. 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 We don't see any of that juicy, beautiful coiling action in the bullish control zone, except for literally this one time ever in history. To be quite honest with you, you know, a little bit of coiling potentially starting to formulate here on stochastics, but am I confident? Nah. No, not at all. So I would pay very, very, very close attention to the target levels here, to the upside, to the downside. I'd pay close attention to that 21 exponential, and I would pay attention to the structure as a whole. The structure as a whole is still a downtrend, and this price action is coming off of all-time lows. So does that give me confidence that this one's going to full-on reverse to the upside? That is an absolute fuck no. Unless we take out this entire structure here and close back above $3.30, I'm going to be very convinced that any price action to the upside, even up to this region here at $2.35, is likely to be met with heavy rejection. So it's kind of how I'm looking at this one. He wants the 4 hour. What is the 4 hour? 4 hour does tell me continuation, to be honest with you. I would be looking for that $1.34 region, still above the 21 exponential. Looking at RSI here, dip into the bullish critical zone here, and a nice little bounce. After that little bit of a decline. All conditions tell me up. But that doesn't mean I have to be confident in here. Stochastics coiling in the bullish control zone on the 4 hour time frame. The disposition remains the same. If we reject the current resistance here at 98 cents, I'll look for a general pullback to this first region here at 79 cents, followed by a pullback potentially all the way down to 59 cents. And that lines up, I do believe, with the 21 exponential here, 59 cents on the daily time frame. Any candle closure above 98 cents here, even on the 4 hour, I will be looking for that next general target to be met. You know what? Maybe we have different targets here on the 4 hour. I would look for the 4 hour to hit $1.12 first before continuation to $1.34. But I like to keep things simple. I like to use major levels of support and resistance as price targets here. And the next major one is $1.34 in my opinion. So that's where I'm going to leave it for CEI. Let's go ahead and move on. It is time for some cryptocurrencies. VeChain. Price levels of support and resistance. VET. USD. Support currently this region here at 12 cents. We're below the 21 exponential. The disposition is going to be the same as Bitcoin. As long as we're below the 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for price action to fall to the first support region here at 10.5 cents. That'd be the next support that I'm looking at, followed by this support level here at 8 cents. And to the upside, the only time I'll look for any upside is if we see a recovery on Bitcoin above the 21 exponential, which would likely lead price action for this to go back above the 21 exponential. And then I would look for price action to continue to this resistance here at 14 cents. Followed by potentially this level here at 15.5 cents. Again, very, 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 very similar to Bitcoin here. Our stochastics diving below the bullish control zone here. I do believe we have broken the bullish control zone. We have rejecting the critical zone, printing a lower high on structure. Bearish divergence confirming after a rejection of the bottom side of the bullish control zone here for the RSI. I meant to say stochastics last. Sharp dive below the 50 read and still remaining below the 50 read and the exponential, which has been forced vastly to a negative slope. It's the same disposition of Bitcoin, guys. If Bitcoin falls even further, this one likely follows suit here. But again, that's not to say that Bitcoin couldn't potentially print a low. That wouldn't be out of the question. But if price breaks a little bit more, this one likely follows suit. Let's go. Can't wait for some. Waiting for a Hall of Fame. I already did Hall of Fame. I can come back to it after I do the last requests, but the Hall of Fame will be the last one I do for the night. That's it for VeChain. What does ADA say? Cardano. Oh, you know what? I have an ADA chart. It's already got horizontals, I think. Same. Except this one looks way worse. From a momentum perspective here, this one really getting shreked. Two candle closures below the 21, confirming new lows, change of behavior confirmed. I'm going to be looking for a first general target to this region here. I'm going to get rid of this, inconsequential. First target for Cardano here is $2.18. You could argue that has been met, but I'm going to be looking for a candle body closure closer to that level here. And again, stochastics swan diving. Towards that neutral 50 read here. A lot of pressure on that region right now, coming off of bearish divergence, swan diving below the bottom side of the bullish control zone. Change of behavior has been confirmed. You can ask any analytic in person and I almost guarantee you all of them will tell you that we have a confirmed change of behavior on the daily time frame for a vast majority of cryptocurrencies, right? And if Bitcoin, again, follows suit to the downside, it is very, very likely, in my opinion, that the rest of the cryptocurrency market follows suit as well. This one just happens to look a lot uglier. Support, we're on it. It's a soft support, but it's a support nonetheless. Let's see how it lines up. Yeah, it's a soft support, but we don't have that much price action history within this region here, and we're putting a lot of pressure on that region right now. And if we do get a daily candle closure below that, I will look for price action to fall all the way down to this price target here at $2.19 and likely lower. I do believe if we do continue to see price action to the downside, it wouldn't be out of the question to see bounces along the way of hitting those specific targets, but I would be looking for a downtrend to begin formulating here as a whole overall. And again, I don't have to bring up the weekly time frame for the cryptocurrency market. We have covered that a few times. All it tells us is that we failed to continue the uptrend at the current moment in time. So down is where I'm looking, you guys. Down is where I'm looking. What's the next one? 1 USD. Probably the same disposition here, you guys. 1 USD. Let's take a look. Binance. Actually not. It looks like 1 USD is still fucking bullish, everybody. So, and that's why I say a vast majority, right? I didn't say all. I said the vast majority. This one's still continuing its uptrend. This one's still confirming daily candle closures above the 21 exponential. I don't know how this isn't a low. This is a fucking low. I'm getting sick of this RSI at the current moment in time. This is a goddamn low right here. You cannot convince me or anybody else, for that matter, that this isn't a higher low above the 21 exponential, continuing the uptrend. This is clearly a higher low. Okay, yeah, this is a higher. I don't know how we don't have a low arrow here on the RSI, but this is a fucking higher low. RSI back into the bullish control zone. We've met the bullish control zone with resistance 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Finally printing new highs on RSI. Nice and bullish in my opinion. RSI crossing back up after a cross below the exponential. Bullish indeed. This one is trading counter trend to Bitcoin right now. This one is trading not the way Bitcoin is trading. So for now, let's look at price levels here. Yeah, I'll be looking for this one here to break. This one is inconsequential. I'll be looking for this one here to break at about 15 cents. If we see 15 cents break to the upside, I will have no choice but to look for extension to the 17-cent region as we likely see momentum oscillators continue onwards and upwards unless we see a top here and a little bit of a pullback. Again, as long as we're above the 21 exponential here on this price action alone, apparently it's trading alone in comparison to Bitcoin here, still rocketing to the upside. Unless we see an open and closure below the 21, I don't really have price action targets to the downside, but I do have them planned. If I see an open and closure below the 21 exponential, that will be in line with a closure below the 11-cent support, at which point I would look for a general pullback to the 9.5-cent region, maybe even all the way down to 9 cents even. And that's where I'm going to leave my downside potentials. That's my upside potentials. We covered RSI, we covered stochastics. Let's go to the Hall of Fame. We're going to do one more analysis of the Hall of Fame, and I'm going to wrap it up for the night, you guys. Again, we're below the 21 exponential here for the Hall of Fame. We got an open and closure to confirm the 21 exponential as new tentative resistance, as well as this very important, crucial support level here being broken to the downside. We're now seeing price action test this, in my opinion, almost non-consequential here, support at 285. Personally speaking, I'm looking for new lows, to be quite honest with you. However, we can see this region here hold as support and a higher low structure formulate along this level here. Again, we do have a higher high in conjunction with this high here. However, when in doubt, pull out. We have a lower high on the macro structure. And in my opinion, that is vastly more important than the micro structure. But nonetheless, we talk about the possibilities. We do have a possibility to see a higher low confirm off of this region, at which point, if closing back above the 21 exponential here, I'll be looking for $3.75 as the next potential target, as the uptrend will be confirmed for the Hall of Fame. However, if we break $2.85, not so much so. I will be looking for new lows back into this blue box territory overall if we do confirm a break of support below 285. Obviously, a bounce along the way, potentially at $2.50, but likely, in my opinion, new lows are likely to formulate as a result here. Stochastics, Very, very, very big warning shot. Break below the bullish control zone, back into the neutral zone. Not a good sign. RSI continuing its downtrend below the 50 read and now below the exponential, confirming it as new tentative resistance. Another warning shot that is not good from the bullish perspective. When in doubt, pull out. Structurally, a lower high has been confirmed. Again, from a micro standpoint, yes. From a micro standpoint, we do have the possibility to see an uptrend formulate. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but in my opinion, I am looking vastly for lower price action because we have a macro structure lower high confirmed, which in turn is generally the condition that needs to be met for downtrend bearish continuation. So, that's kind of how I'm looking at the Hall of Fame. We have a couple of levels identified, stochastics covered, RSI covered, general trend covered. I think it's going to do it, everybody. A little bit of a shorter stream here today. I thought it was going to be longer, but we got it knocked out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes and all the support that you guys are giving me. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell for your homeboy Crypto Bro. Help us gain some visibility, help us gain some traction with the YouTube algorithms here on our beautiful channel, help us grow and help us spread the wealth and knowledge. And until next time, everybody, that'll do it for the stream. Thanks for stopping by, and until next time, stay safe, stay happy.